Have any reported gunfire being heard.
LAPD Chief Michael Moore made that comment less than 24 hours after this chaotic scene occurred. A stampede the night of April 1st at the murder site of Nipsey Hussle. He was asked about reports that 2 women had been shot that night.
I'm not questioning their account, but at this point, I'm lacking information that a shooting occurred.
But according to a search warrant affidavit that was filed last Friday, April 5th, by a veteran gang detective from the 77th Division Precinct, there was a shooting that night. 2 women were shot, and they drove themselves to the hospital. According to the affidavit, the women were at the memorial. Victim 1, quote, heard loud bangs and felt pain in her arm. She didn't realize at first she had been shot. Victim 2 heard a loud, rapid succession of gunshots from an unknown direction and began to run. She said she felt pain in her right lower back and buttocks and discovered that she had been shot. The detective also writes in the warrant that he wanted the warrant because, quote, employees at the 3 businesses located next to the Marathon store, the store owned by Hussle, had been uncooperative with law enforcement in the past.
There was no shots fired here at all.
No, so you were standing right here?
I was standing right here. It was on the first.
Antoine was at the memorial site today. He told me he was there the night of the stampede, April 1st. He told me it was mass confusion, glass was breaking, but he didn't hear any gunshots.
There was no shootings. A lot of people got hurt, but it was just chaos because it was an accident.
Despite the large crowds at the memorial site, LAPD has kept a low-profile presence, and they intend to do the same tomorrow, both at the services and along the procession route.
This will not be a police matter, and I do not see detailing significant numbers of personnel to this.
That's what the chief said 2 days ago. The 22-mile procession route will begin near USC, travel south on Vermont, go eastbound on Century, drive past Hussle's boyhood home on Wilmington. The procession will then continue on Century, up La Brea, eventually go past his store and the memorial site at the corner of Slauson and Crenshaw, and then wind up at the funeral home. Hundreds, if not thousands of people are expected to line the procession route. Late this afternoon, the LAPD brass issued a statement saying that the night of the shooting, they could not find any victims. And now, based on some new information, that's the reason they got that affidavit, that search warrant, and they said they are continuing this investigation, hoping to find out if people were shot that night, if it happened at that memorial setting. Also, tomorrow, expect some type of street closures, not the hard kind that when a president comes here, but the Department of Transportation says they will do what they call rolling closures as the procession moves along the streets of South Los Angeles. And again, the primary security along that parade, that procession, I should say, will be the Nation of Islam. LAPD waiting in the wings. Reporting live from Staples Center, I'm Dave Lopez, CBS 2 News. Back to you.
Dave, good to know. Thank you. Just a reminder here that we will be streaming coverage of the memorial beginning tomorrow at 10 a.m. We'll have you covered on the procession following the Staples Center Memorial with reporters along the route. You can also find all of that and everything else you need to know online at CBS LA.